The streetlights would flicker on around 8:30, and that was your signal. Drop everything, bike home fast, because if you weren't in the door by the time your mom called from the porch, you were in trouble. If you grew up in Ontario in the 1970s, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Ontario in the 70s wasn't just different, it was a completely different world. The way neighborhoods worked, the freedom kids had, the rhythm of daily life that lets you actually breathe. Hit that subscribe button now, because what we're about to walk through will transport you back to a time that feels both familiar and impossibly distant. Saturday morning rituals. Let's start with Saturday mornings, because if you lived through the 70s, Saturday mornings were sacred. You'd wake up naturally around 7, no alarm needed, because your body knew the Bugs Bunny Roadrunner show started at 8. The house was quiet except for the hum of the fridge and maybe your dad snoring down the hall. You'd pad downstairs in your pajamas, feet cold on the linoleum. The TV took 30 seconds to warm up, that little white dot expanding into a picture, CBC or CTV, depending on which had the better lineup. You'd pour yourself a bowl of Sugar Crisp or Fruit Loops, splash in milk from those bags your mom kept in the pitcher, and plant yourself 2 feet from the screen. For the next 4 hours, you were transported. The Bugs Bunny Roadrunner show, Scooby-Doo, the Super Friends, the Pink Panther. These weren't just cartoons, they were events. No PVR, no streaming, no watching whenever you felt like it. If you missed it, you missed it. Between shows, those Hinterland Who's Who spots about Canadian wildlife, the beaver, Canada's national symbol. Every Ontario kid can still hear that music. And the commercials for toys you'd never get, cereals you'd beg your mom to buy, and Saturday morning was its own universe. Neighborhood freedom. After cartoons ended around noon, you'd head outside, and this is where 1970s Ontario childhood gets hard to explain to anyone who didn't live it. Your mom would say, "Be home when the streetlights come on." And that was it. That was the entire safety briefing. No cell phones, no GPS tracking, no scheduled playdates. You just went. You'd meet up with other kids, decide what to do, and disappear for hours. Bike to the park, play road hockey with a tennis ball and boots for nets, build forts in the woods behind the school, explore construction sites that would give modern parents heart attacks. The neighborhood was your territory. You knew every shortcut, every yard with a mean dog, every store that would let you read comics without buying them. You'd ride your bike for miles, no helmet, no adult supervision, just pure freedom. And here's the thing, it worked. Parents trusted the world enough to let kids roam. Neighbors looked out for each other's kids without being asked. The whole community functioned as an extended family where everyone had permission to tell you to knock it off if you were being stupid. Corner stores and penny candy. Every neighborhood had a corner store, and it was the center of kid commerce. These weren't chain stores. They were independently owned, usually by a family who knew every kid in the area. You'd walk in with your allowance, maybe 50 cents, and head straight to the penny candy counter. Rows of glass jars filled with candy you could buy individually. Jawbreakers, licorice, gummy bears, sour keys, candy cigarettes you'd pretend to smoke. You'd stand there doing mental math, trying to maximize your haul. The store also sold pop in glass bottles that you'd return for the deposit. A case of Coke or Pepsi was a special purchase. Most of the time, you drank Freshie or Kool-Aid your mom made in a big pitcher. Hockey cards were a quarter. You'd buy a pack hoping for a Leafs player or a star from another team. The gum was terrible, but you'd chew it anyway while looking through your cards, trading duplicates with friends on the walk home. Dinnertime rituals. 6 o'clock every night, the whole family is at the table. This wasn't optional. Your dad would come home from work around 5:30, change out of his work clothes, wash up, and by 6, everyone was seated. The TV was off. The phone, if it rang, was ignored. Dinner was family time. The meals were straightforward: meat, potatoes, vegetables, roast beef, pork chops, chicken, meatloaf, mashed potatoes or baked potatoes, frozen vegetables, corn, peas, green beans. Your mom cooked everything from scratch because takeout was rare and expensive. You ate what was served. You didn't like it? Too bad. You ate it anyway or went hungry. And everyone talked. Your dad would mention work, your mom would share neighborhood news, you'd tell them about school or what you did that day. After dinner, kids cleared the table and did dishes by hand. One washed, one dried, one put away. It was a system, and it worked. Then evenings were for TV, homework, or just hanging around until bedtime. Saturday night hockey. Saturday night meant one thing: hockey night in Canada. This wasn't optional, this was family time, Ontario style. You'd gather around the TV at 8 o'clock, and for the next few hours you'd watch the Leafs or whoever was playing. Your dad would have a beer, your mom might make popcorn, and you'd all watch together. Between periods, you'd go outside and play road hockey, reenacting what you'd just seen. Every kid wanted to be Daryl Sittler or Lanny McDonald. You'd use a tennis ball, boots for nets, and cars would come by. You'd move the nets, let them pass, then set up again. The game would end around 11, and you'd head to bed with the play-by-play still echoing in your head, already looking forward to next Saturday. Summer freedom. Summer in 1970s. Ontario meant 3 months of almost complete freedom. School ended in late June, and you wouldn't go back until after Labor Day. 3 full months with no structure, no schedule, no obligations beyond maybe a week at summer camp or a family vacation. You'd sleep in until 9 or 10, eat breakfast, and the day was yours. Your mom might give you chores, mow the lawn, weed the garden. But once those were done, you were free. The neighborhood pool was the social center. You'd bike there with your towel rolled up, pay 50 cents admission, and spend hours swimming, diving, playing Marco Polo. The pool had strict rules enforced by teenage lifeguards who took their authority seriously. If you didn't go to the pool, you'd find other ways to cool off: running through sprinklers, water balloon fights, or swimming in a lake if you were lucky enough to live near one. Camping was huge. Families would pack up the station wagon, hitch up a tent trailer, and head to provincial parks: Algonquin, Killarney, Sandbanks. You'd spend a week living in a tent, cooking over a fire, swimming during the day, sitting around the campfire at night. Winter and snow days. Winter in 1970s. Ontario was colder and snowier than winters today. The snow started in November and didn't really melt until April. Real snow, feet of it, snowbanks taller than you were. The kind that shut down schools and made roads impassable. Snow days were real events. You'd wake up, look outside, see the snow still falling, and turn on the radio. They'd read the list of school closures, and when you heard your school's name, it was like winning the lottery. You'd bundle up in your one-piece snowsuit, boots, mitts, toque, scarf wrapped around your face until only your eyes showed. Then you'd head outside into a winter wonderland. Tobogganing was the main winter sport. Every neighborhood had a hill, and you'd spend hours trudging up and flying down. Crazy carpets, wooden toboggans, GTs, whatever you had. You'd build jumps, create courses, and someone would always crash spectacularly. Skating was everywhere. Outdoor rinks in every park, maintained by the city or neighborhood dads who'd flood them with hoses. You'd skate for hours, playing pickup hockey, practicing moves, or just skating around. The cold didn't stop you. -20? You dressed warmer? -30? Maybe you stayed inside, but probably not. You'd come in when your fingers went numb, warm up with hot chocolate, then head back out. Shopping downtown. Shopping in 1970s. Ontario meant going downtown, and downtown meant department stores. Eaton's and Simpson's in Toronto, facing each other across Queen Street like friendly rivals. These weren't just stores, they were destinations. You'd take the bus or subway downtown, spend the afternoon browsing multiple floors, maybe stop at the lunch counter for a grilled cheese and soup. The stores had elevator operators in uniforms, brass fixtures, and a sense of occasion. Shopping wasn't just buying things. It was an experience. You'd dress up a bit, take your time, and feel like you were part of something special. At Christmas, the window displays at Eaton's were legendary. Animated scenes that drew crowds, families standing in the cold just to watch mechanical toys move through miniature worlds. The Eaton's Santa Claus Parade was broadcast across Canada, a national tradition that defined the start of the holiday season. The pace of life. What really defined 1970s Ontario wasn't any single thing, but the overall pace. Everything moved slower, and that slowness created space for things that matter. Communication was slower. If you wanted to talk to someone, you called their house phone and hoped they were home. No voicemail, no texting, no instant contact. You made plans in advance and stuck to them. Shopping was slower. You went to actual stores, browsed actual shelves, talked to actual people. The mall was a destination where you'd spend an afternoon. Entertainment was slower. Movies came to theaters and stayed for weeks. You'd see them once, maybe twice, and then they were gone. No home video until the very late 70s. Even driving was slower. The 401 had less traffic, and road trips were part of the experience, not something to endure. This slowness wasn't inefficiency. It was life at a human pace that let you notice things, connect with people, and actually experience what you were doing. Living in Ontario in the 1970s wasn't perfect. We had problems, limitations, things that needed to change. But we also had something valuable that's been lost: time, community, and freedom. The Ontario of the 70s was a place where neighbors knew each other, where kids played outside until dark, where families ate dinner together every night, where Saturday nights meant hockey night in Canada, and where summer lasted forever. You can't go back, but remembering what we had helps us understand what we've lost and maybe what we want to reclaim. What's your strongest memory of 1970s Ontario? Drop it in the comments. And if this triggered some nostalgia, hit that like button and subscribe, because next week we're diving into what really happened to all the drive-in theaters that used to dot Ontario highways. Thanks for watching. And remember, the past isn't just memory. It's proof we knew how to live well.